The Business Journal Roundtable Series is sponsored by Advanced Technology Partners.
When we drive across the Center Street Bridge that we used to see flaming, steel making on both sides years and years ago, it looks like nature has reclaimed most of that area there. And that this is kind of getting off track, but are, is there a different, has wildlife returned?
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, can anybody talk about, that may be a dumb question, I don't know, but it seems to me like nature's reclaimed a bit, quite a bit there.
I can't speak to the biology of it. I have to be honest. I've spoken to biologists about the fact, though. So specifically in Warren, I think one of their council people is a scientist or a teacher. Anyway, he had said that just by being on the river, he sees more different insects that are coming back. Those indicators, like we've heard about certain wildlife indicators and certain things in our ecosystem. If we see them, we know that it means something's healthy. Sorry, I can't tell you exactly what that particular insect is because that's just not my brain works. But those are things that they're seeing more deer, they're seeing more animals. Yes, that is absolutely, there's been a resurgence and bringing back of that. But you're right, nature will kind of itself reclaim its area where it can. We've seen that in miraculous ways throughout all over the world. But yeah, that is exactly what's happening. And if you were, again, sorry, none of us are biologists, but if you were to speak to one, I would think they would be able to say that they've seen these different things that were gone for a very long time that would never visit the river, and now they're coming back. So again, I can't give you specific details on that, but it is true that nature will, when they can, will come back.
Anyone else want to comment on that?
I think it just kind of speaks part and parcel to the purpose that we're undertaking a lot of this effort, right? As we're improving the water quality conditions, we're improving the habitat conditions, we'll see better indicator species start to develop, and then that food chain just builds from there. And I think that goes into building an environment not only where nature is restoring, but people want to kind of return to. And finding these places where people can find refuge and, recreation and relaxation and just it's a different environment, especially in our urban core. I think that's really critical, where kind of parks are at a premium, right? That's where they're most valuable in our communities, in finding natural space. So it's important to make the effort to bring these spaces back into their highest and best use there.
The Ohio EPA has been monitoring the water quality for years, and they measure mostly the oxygen levels in the water because that will then host more variety of species. And yes, the variety of fish species has been broadening consistently over the years. And we would love to have more kids from the schools come out and try to get some fish and start inventorying the fish populations, because once you get those in, you get a variety of the birds that come in and a variety of other predators and mammals that live off the fish and so forth. But yeah, there is the bald eagle the mayor mentioned is a great sign that you've got a whole ecosystem to sustain that one bird, and so it's good news.
The Business Journal Roundtable Series is sponsored by Advanced Technology Partners.